Let's be honest, just how different is your brand compared to that of your closest competitors? We can all claim to be different, better, faster, smarter than our rivals, but are we really? Actually, it doesn't really matter, because what you say and how you say it is what counts. You might not realise this just yet, but there is a world of difference between what you can say about your business and brand and what your competitors are saying. We've seen businesses equal in both stature and market share given equal airtime or column inches in the same media at the same time, and often within the same segment or article. Both quotes or commentaries or articles were created with great care and attention, yet one has garnered far more attention and subsequent follow-up, and by that I mean inquiries, positive shifts in perception of the brand, than the other. The difference was that one used the right appeal and the other used the wrong one. The wrong message can have a negative impact on your brand. Whilst what you're saying is good and right, probably, if the audience you're addressing at that moment in time is not attuned to it, then you'll simply be ignored for failing to properly read the room. You don't stand a chance of getting the attention of the media if you haven't done your homework first to A, understand the media that you're pitching to in the first place and the audiences they represent, and B, make sure that you get what that media's audience, readers, listeners, viewers, actually care about. Let me give you an example. When we got a commercial services client in 2020, it was the height of COVID. The client was faced with an order book which resembled that of a school kid's homework after a teacher has gone at it with a red pen. We spent weeks researching the markets in which they operated to understand what issues dominated at that time and look at how our clients' services could help their target audience to overcome the challenges they faced and pain points that they were feeling. From this came a radical rethink of the company's existing media strategy that had previously focused more on selling what they do and why they're so great at it, and a shift towards the focus being on telling, educating and informing their audience, and doing so in a way that their competition simply did not. The difference was remarkable. Over the following 12 months, the client appeared in more than 100 interviews, including full-page profiles in 2 national newspapers, 2 TV interviews, and a plethora of quotes and articles in local, regional, and trade publications. It benefited them financially too. The company saw revenues rise from just under 3 million to over 4.5 million, and that enabled them to create over 330 new jobs. Doing your homework to find out what your target customers think, feel, fear, and face will give you an insight into how they might view the product or service you provide if it addresses each of these things. That will then inform the messaging that you put out there. It is an extremely tedious process, I admit, but there is no substitute for it. If we hadn't undertaken the research that we did, we wouldn't have known how to position the clients in the first place, and we'd have no idea now whether the volume of media coverage we generated and the impact it had on the client's bottom line would have been the same without doing so.